your regular scheduled programming for the following sports special on the PCSRA Radio Network and the Blue Hedgehog TV. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other disseminations or the use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of this show without the express written consent of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association is prohibited. On the PCSRA Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the PCSRA Weekly Show. It's brought to you by Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Stores. For over 51 years, it is the proud sponsor of the PCSRA Weekly Show. The PCSRA Weekly Show broadcast is also brought to you by Budweiser, Love's Travel Stops, iHeartMedia, The Oklahoman, Newcastle Casino, Devon Energy, Sonic, and by the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office, where we encourage you fans that together we can end DUI. Now, with the call of today's PCSRA Weekly Show from the Blue Hedgehog Studios in War Acres, Oklahoma, here is your host, the voice of the PCSRA, Daniel Voiles.
And hello and good afternoon and welcome to the PCSRA Weekly Show. As PCSRA Weekly Show is on the air here on the PCSRA Radio Network, the Blue Hedgehog TV, and on your mobile device of the PCSRA Radio Network. Daniel Voiles here in our PCSRA studios. By the way, I've changed the background of the photo on photo share or whatever, so we can have our logo on there. Daniel Voiles here, producer and engineer. Random phone call. Hi, Great Lakes. Producer and engineer back in our PCSRA studios is Crystal Fontaine. It is a Tuesday edition of the PCSRA Weekly Show. As we want to tell you guys, we are glad to be here with you guys here in the PCSRA Weekly Show. I'm going to tell our panelists we are live, so yeah. So hopefully everybody is having a very good day today. First off, I did change the, so that way instead of seeing a blue background, now you can see the PCSRA Weekly Show logo. I'm actually going to save it, so that way if we have to do the weekly show, then there you go. I'll probably do that for the talk show shortly, so So, that's pretty good, if you ask me. Yep. So, that's pretty much it. So, alright, so before I bring the panelists in, which I'm asking them to talk amongst yourself, while I'm muted. Hang on, let me tell everybody. So, yeah, David's on the voice call. Lol. So, before I talk to the panelists so far, let me go through a few announcements to get out of the way. The F1 2018 career mode, I'm currently trying to get that finished up as soon as possible, because I feel like I'm taking it way too long for that walkthrough to be done, so I need to get that finished as soon as possible. For the F1 2019, I need to get to work on that as far as that's concerned, because that's something I need to get taken care of. Also, I've been recording some Spyro games, which I hope you guys are looking forward to. I'm up to this point at episode number 11 of the walkthrough. So until I get like 20 or 30 episodes recorded, then I'm gonna start releasing video, or start releasing the walkthrough as far as that's concerned. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that as far as that's concerned. other announcements is that currently we do not yet know if there will be a show next week. I'm still gonna think about it. I'm probably gonna actually, let me rephrase that. I think there will be a show next week, despite normally I said back in the day that there wouldn't be a show, but there will be a show next week. The week of Thanksgiving, I'm actually going, or the week of December 1st, after the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, that's when we'll have our final off week and be back in 2 weeks' time to recap. So that's going to be something we're looking forward to as far as that is concerned. So hopefully, guys, you understand that. And let me tell Cody. So that's basically pretty much all I have to say about that. And yeah, so with that being said, let's go ahead and introduce our panelists. As far as that is concerned, yeah, I say hi. Anyway, joining me is David Heller, Greg Rutz, and Great Lakes for the PCSRA Weekly Show. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. Yes, you're welcome. Anywho. Yep. That is not contempt of court. David's gonna smack you for saying that. Oh gosh dang it, you stupid deal. Alright. Yes, you will accept that. Oh, dadgummit, you stupid deal. Get up here and stay up here. Do as you're told, you stupid goofball. Alright. Let's get that out of the way. By the way, if you guys are okay with this for the remainder of the year, let me know down below in the chat. I'm not going to be paying attention to the chat because I have to go over some stuff in a second as far as that's concerned, so yeah. Today's episode of the PCSRA Weekly Show, okay, before I start, just remember this, this time last year when I tried to do the weekly show, you didn't hear my voice, but this time you finally get to hear my voice with the mic, so, woohoo, yay. Anyway, today's edition, hi Elijah, pays attention to the chat, oh boy, alright. Today's episode of the PCSRA Weekly Show, we're going to recap the Charlotte Roval and the Russian Grand Prix. We have some news and notes to tell you in today's NR report. I knew Elijah was going to say that. Go through some news and notes in today's NR report. Talk about the... I did pay attention to the chat. Go over some news and notes in the NR report. The FARC Low Dollar Series had their third race last night at Albuquerque. My team has already made it to Albuquerque Speed Bowl, which is ABQ in other words. We'll take you through the breaking news stories, discuss about should a driver confront another driver while being attended to by medical personnel. We'll have our panelists to discuss that. We'll go through some sports and then our news. We'll talk about the NHL season opener as far as that's concerned. And we will look ahead to this weekend's races. And they are, and don't help me panelists because I can do it. We're going to look ahead to Dover, which is the elimination race for the Xfinity Series, the first race of the second round for Cup, and then the final race weekend of DTM. So that should be interesting as far as that is concerned. Help him. Oh, good Lord. Anyway, let's kick off the weekly show. I'm first going to recap the Russian Grand Prix just to get that out of the way. The racing was interesting, if you ask me, in a plexical term. There was a three-wide situation between Daniel Ricciardo, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Roman Grosjean. The three made contact going into a right-hander after coming out of that long left-hander. Grosjean goes in the wall. His race was done. That brought out a safety car. Then the restart came out. It was chaotic as far as that's concerned. Sebastian Vettel was asked so many times over the radio to let his teammate go by. That really did not happen. Then let me check here. If I go back to my results for F1. Daniel Ricciardo had to retire out of the race because of a issue on the car. Sebastian Vettel, after his pit stop, had an MGU-K failure on his Ferrari. That ended up bringing out a virtual safety car, which Mercedes then pit. Then George Russell, during the virtual safety car, lost his brake pedal, going into a left-hander. Couldn't stop the car. He slammed into the tire wall. That brought out a safety car. Robert Kubica went out of the race due to a mechanical failure, as far as that's concerned. The rest of the race was interesting as far as that's concerned, and at the end of the day, unfortunately, it was not the way we all want it. But Lewis Hamilton sadly won this race at Sochi Autodrome, the penultimate race at Sochi, I should point out. So the top 10 results for the F1 race at Russia at the Sochi Autodrome was the following. Lewis Hamilton, the winner. Bottas second. Charles Leclerc third. Max Verstappen fourth. Alex Albon fifth after starting at the back because of engine penalties. Nice job for the Thai driver. Carlos Sainz was the best of the rest, sixth. Sergio Perez 7th, Lando Norris 8th, Kevin Magnussen 9th, and Nico Hulkenberg, who's still looking for a ride in F1 next year, completed the top 10. Then we move over to the Xfinity race at the Charlotte Roval, which was the Drive for the Cure 250. I got to watch both Xfinity and Cup, which I was kind of surprised about that, so yeah. First incident, David Starr had a mechanic, J.J. Yaley, ran into the back of somebody, which he had some heavy damage. He was done. The first full course caution was David Starr had a mechanical problem. He stopped on track. That brought out the first full course caution. Rest of stage 1 was clean. It was won by Chase Briscoe. Nothing happened in stage 2. That was won by Cole Custer. Then John Hunter Nemechek, Cole Custer, Justin Allgaier, Ryan Truex, and Brandon Jones got into an incident in turn 1 at the Heartburn turn. Brought out a full course caution. Then Ray Black Jr. ran into the back of the Zero of Lawson Auschenbach. He spun out. That brought out a full course caution. Then the most talked about incident that happened. Chase Briscoe forced Christopher Bell off the track on the front stretch chicane. Bell did not come to a stop after he got shoved off. He intentionally wrecked Chase Briscoe. Bell was given a penalty for that. And then contact between the 36 of Josh Williams and Ray Black Jr. Black Jr. backs his car hard in the wall. His race was done. The 36 continued on. Then we had a late race restart, and at the end of the day, A.J. Allmendinger pulled away from Tyler Reddick and won his first NASCAR race since 2013 and his first win of 2019 since becoming a member of NBC. Congratulations to Allmendinger on his final start of the season. So the top 10 results for the Xfinity Series was as follows. A.J. Allmendinger, the winner. Tyler Reddick, second. Austin Cindric, third. Justin Allgaier, fourth. Noah Gragson, fifth. Alex Labbe, after getting in the back... I will accept that, Elijah. Alex Labbe, who got into Kevin Lacroix at Loudon because of what happened, he comes back to get a sixth. John Hunter Nemechek 7th, Cole Custer 8th, Chase Briscoe 9th, and Ryan Truex complete the top 10. By the way, if you're playing the stream in the background, I probably think you might want to mute that so that way there's no echo in the background. Just a fair warning. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Just a friendly reminder, if you're watching the stream, just remember to mute the volume. So, yeah. And then we go to the Cup race, which a lot of people were all interested in how the Cup race went. It was interesting. I think too many cautions. The first incident that did not bring out a caution, Alex Bowman wheel hopped his car. He gets loose. He hits Bubba Wallace, and who was the other car that he hit? He hit Bubba, and then he hit somebody else. I couldn't figure out who it was. Which forced Martin Truex Jr. to miss the backstretch chicane. Yes, just remember to mute the volume. DV 2019. Anyway, so that's what happened. Bowman had to do a drive-through because he missed the chicane, because instead of stopping, he came to pit road to change tires. The first real incident was the 47 of Ryan Preece spun out in the backstretch chicane. That brought a yellow, which I didn't agree with that. Then the heartburn turn, contact between Kurt Busch. Started an incident, got Chris Buescher, Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones, nice motivational belts, Jimmy Johnson, and Alex Bowman. Eric Jones's damage was so significant, his race was done. That ended stage 1. That was won by Kyle Larson, because he was ahead at the caution. And then the most talked about incident, Bubba Wallace flipping off Alex Bowman like a complete madman multiple times. And then Alex Bowman had enough of Bubba, dumped him on the back straightaway, spun him out. Bubba got on the wall. Bubba continued on, but Bubba was not a happy camper. Stage 2, the rest of Stage 2 was clean. That was won by Chase Elliott, who then ended up, and then we had Daniel Hemrick getting turned around in NASCAR 3 and 4. He didn't hit anything. Chase Elliott missed his braking point. Got in the tire barrier in the heartburn turn 1, but he continued on with little bit of damage on the car. Then Ricky Stenhouse Jr. ended up getting spun in turn 11, which he continued on, but for some reason I don't think it should have brought a yellow, but whatever the case. Then Denny Hamlin, Ryan Newman, Ryan Preece, and Paul Menard got together in turn number 6, which Newman was Hamlin was trying to pass somebody and caught those other 3 drivers off guard. Then Daniel Suarez ended up stopped on track for a mechanical issue, brought out a yellow. Then we had Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch got spun. Ryan Newman got in the back of the 47. 37 of Chris Buescher was also caught up. That actually brought out a red flag from the fluid of the 52 of Garrett Smithley. Kyle Busch went out of the race due to a suspension, which was actually, if I go back and look at what Brian said to me, it was actually a broken hem joint, which was connected to the sway bar arm to the main suspension of the front of the car, which most teams will carry it on the lower control arm. That's what broke on the number 18, even though it's a suspension. The rest of the race was pretty calm and intense. Ryan Newman ended up cutting the chicane. He did not stop and did not serve a drive-through penalty. He was slapped with a 30-second time penalty. And at the end of the day, Chase Elliott, shockingly, comes back from hitting that barrier. We've seen a driver spin and win. We've never seen a driver crash and win. That's what Chase Elliott did to win the Charlotte Roval Cup race. And since he was already in the next round, that win already solidified him into the next round of the playoffs. So the top 10 results for the Cup Series race was the following. Chase Elliott, the winner. Alex Bowman, who had the flu, and after the race was taken to an infield care center where he was later then released. He came home second. Kevin Harvick third. Clint Bowyer fourth. Brad Keselowski fifth. William Byron sixth. Martin Truex Jr. seventh. Ryan Blaney, last year's winner, eighth. Jimmy Johnson ninth. Joey Logano completed the top 10. Other playoff notable notes: Kyle Larson 13th. Eric Almirola 14th. Denny Hamlin 19th. Kurt Busch 20th. Ryan Newman ended up 32nd. Kyle Busch 37th and Eric Jones 40th, which means the 4 drivers that have been eliminated from the playoffs, they were Eric Almirola, Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch, and Eric Jones. So now I turn over to you panelists, and I ask you, what were your thoughts on Charlotte and Russia? Nope. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. Yeah, I would agree with that as far as that's concerned. Oh yeah, definitely. That
was something my friend Jeremy Sloan mentioned to me.
Oh, let me invite Norman. Okay.
As far as the race overall, I mean, as Blue said, it's interesting to point out how Chase Elliott wrecked after he missed his braking zone point heading into the hard turn and come all the way back to win the race.
Mm-hmm.
That I thought was quite interesting. And it's going to be interesting to see what NASCAR decides. Oh, speaking of which, hang on, guys.
The newest panelist on the weekly show is a dog. Oh, joy. My thoughts on the Russia weekend as well. I'm going to do my thoughts on Russia. Russia, you know, we kind of expected, you know, that race to be interesting. I didn't expect to have, like, a virtual safety car and a safety car. You know, I think 3 wide was kind of a little bit too dangerous, if you know what I mean. It's just too risky on a track. And I said in my lap guide, you got to be careful not to go 3 wide, or you could see a bit, or else you'll pay the price as far as that's concerned. The Charlotte Roval, I felt like the Xfinity race was fairly okay. Just the Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell situation was very interesting as far as that's concerned. The Cup race, I felt like we saw good racing, but I just think, you know, if NASCAR would have been consistent enough on what a yellow flag and what is a local yellow, then I think that's just it. That's just from my perspective, but for the race itself, it was fairly decent. So, speaking of Sochi, getting into which we'll get to that in our top story news. So now let's get you to some news and notes in today's NR report. The Farklow Dollar Series took part at ABQ Speed Bowl last night. That race was a freaking wreck fest like crazy. Saw some very good short track racing. Our very own Nathan Orman competed in that race, and he ended up finishing in the top 15. So congratulations to Orman on a very good run. I believe next up they are heading to... I forgot where they're heading to next. I'll have to get their schedule in a second, so that's interesting. So, as I'm working on trying to get a special project, which, whoops, that's not what I want, you stupid phone. That's what I want.
Your phone was cooperating on me and Dermot Graham.
Anyway.
A PC.
Oh, joy.
Or a computer.
Yes, you can blame whatever you like. Because while you guys were talking, I had to get my playlist updated for this walkthrough I'm working on.
Oh.
Yeah, like I said, I'm up to episode 11, so... Alright. So that's, so... Sochi, getting into the breaking news stories, will not be returning to the F1 calendar after next year. The track organizers in St. Petersburg, Russia, is currently working on a track, and that's where the Russian Grand Prix will go to in 2021. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as far as that's concerned. NASCAR today announced Bubba Wallace will not be fined for his post-race confrontation with Alex Bowman after what happened in the race Sunday. They will, however, talk to Bubba Wallace about what is acceptable and what's not acceptable when confronting a driver while a driver has a medical person attending. So, do you think that's a fair move by that, guys, or do you think that could have been avoided one way or another?
I mean, yeah, sure, it could have been avoided, but I also do think it's a fair move.
Oh, there goes David.
Yeah, but like I said, I do think it could have been avoided, but in the same instance, I do think it was a fair move to do what they did.
Oh yeah, definitely, I would agree with that. What about you, Great Lakes?
Hold on, I gotta
Oh. Oh yeah, don't forget, join Great Lakes' esports, if you know what I mean.
It's on the private server.
Oh.
Because I opened up a private server and trying to get promoted as best as I can.
Yep, and of course yours will be starting the day after my dad's. Yeah, yours is starting the day after my dad's birthday.
Look forward to the privacy over here, but I'm just... The
Yep.
privacy is just mainly for friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
We got one family.
Oh boy.
But he's asleep.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, tell me about it. Anywho, let me see if
Also, the new thing on the stream with the logo and all that, so...
I've had that for a while now. Let's see here. We do have a bit... Bleh. We do have, some paint scheme. We've already revealed some paint schemes. All of that I've already revealed, last week, so I don't think there's any other new paint schemes to reveal, so. Sports news, the NHL, podcast will be starting probably tomorrow. Time has not been announced as far as that's concerned. The MLB podcast, I'm going to move it to 2020 because I don't have time to do it this year. So, yeah.
Still not in that, so I don't know what the issue is. The general chat for the podcast, but not the voice call. I'm in the...
we'll figure a plan out, but yeah. No injury report for the PCSRA, which is good news. And remember, slow down by an orthorized, a broken bone, or sports injury. Count on Mercy to help restore in your orthopedic life. Call Mercy Orthopedics today. Mercy and the PCSRA partnership for now a decade. How about that? So, yeah. Next year, the PCSRA will be hitting 10 years. Can you believe that, my friends? 10-year anniversary for the PCSRA. It began back in 2010. Will be in 2020, so that's good news. Other NR news. Oh, good Lord, Elijah. Speaking of that, just so everybody's clear, we'll be announcing I will not be a member of I'm actually going to be on Elijah's talk show, but only for select events. So yeah. Also, I forgot to want to give congratulations to Andrew Ranger, the 2019 NASCAR Pinty Series champion. So congratulations to him, as far as that's concerned. Oh, Joyland. Oh boy. Let's see here.
Just to get ready.
Yeah. Oh joy.
Oh boy. Yeah.
But
I gotta
okay, there we go. That's what I need. Other than that, I think that's pretty much about it, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna go ahead and start preparing for the big ones. Let's preview. We got Hockenheim. I'm actually going to do this first because I'm going to be the only one making predictions. I'll need to ask Taylor and everybody, Taylor, to help me out with or do predictions. So, of course, the championship has already been decided. It will be Renee Rast, the champion, but we still have to decide who will be, who will take it all. So, got a couple of entries. Jensen Button will be running DTM. Nick Cassidy of New Zealand, Rio Hawara of Japan, Tetsugo Matusa from Japan, Ronnie Quintellarelli of Italy will be all racing this weekend. I don't think Pedro Fittipaldi will be there. Jonathan, but everybody else that's run the full schedule, they will be racing this weekend of all. Should be a fun. Now, let's preview Dover. This is an elimination race for the Xfinity Series because when the checker flag waves this Saturday on my mom's birthday, by the way, happy birthday, Mom, 4 drivers, unfortunately, will be eliminated from playoff contention. For the Cup Series, it's the first race of the second round. So the panelists, I have a question for you. Based off what we saw in the spring race, do you think we are going to see good racing at Dover like what we saw in the spring race? Or do you think with the cooler temperatures, it'll be a lot more difficult for the drivers going in that race? And you guys are looking at the end of the world. Wonderful.
What was the question again?
Do you think we're going to see some good racing at Dover like what we saw in the spring race? Or do you think it's going to be different?
I'm thinking it'll be different.
What about you, Great Lakes? Alright. Let me tell Orman we're about to do picks. Alright. Let me put predictions time. Alright. So with that all taken care of, let's get right into the predictions brought to you by Courtyard by Marriott. If you do not know how our predictions go, it will go like this. Driver to win, driver to stay away from, driver that is the dark horse. For Global, it's now 1 point apiece since the champion has already been decided. While I am taking care of Since I'm the only member of Global that's here, I'm going to be making my picks first for the Global standings because none of my Global members are here in the chat. Well, they'll be here later if they decide to join. So yes. So let's take you into the global standings for the 5 amigos, or well, should I say for the 2 amigos. I also need to take care of Xfinity and Cup in a second. So coming out of Russia, here are the point standings for the global standings. Cody Smart still has the point lead. He has a 27-point lead over Zachary Taylor. Cody has 383 points. Zachary Taylor 356 points. I have 292 points in third place. Nathan Orman is fourth with 278. Cody Goforth is in fifth with 252. David Heller is in sixth with 4. Kyle Langland is now in seventh. And Derek Hamill, for what he did in the NIRA, he will not be allowed to make predictions. So, yeah. For the NASCAR standings going into this weekend at Dover, Cody Smart still has a 9-point lead over Nathan Orman. Cody has 174 points. Nathan Orman's 165 in second place. I am currently in third place with 149 points. Zachary Taylor is fourth with 148. Kyle Langland is fifth with 125 points. David Heller is sixth with 107 points. Cody Goforth is seventh with 183 points. Ty Dent is eighth with 89 points. Quentin Moore and Great Lakes are tied for ninth, but they round out the top 10. They have a 76 points in the bank. Greg Rutz is 11th with 29. Elijah Leonard will be 12th with 12 points in the bank. So, since I'm the only global member here, I'm going to kick off the predictions since, well, you already know why. So, alright, for DTM Sprint, my driver to win. I feel like one of the reasons I have to take a risk is that I think we're going to see this guy really showcase his effort. Yeah, even though it doesn't really matter to me, so yeah. But I still give you credit, Elijah, okay? Driver to win. I think it would be nice to see him end the season on a positive note. I'm going to say he's going to be a driver to really impress me. I'm going to say Bruno Spengler is my driver to win. My driver to stay away from. One of the things I always say to myself is to be cautious with this pick. But I feel like he has not showed me the depth of skills to run DTM. So I'm going to say driver to stay away from. I'm going to say stay away from Jenson Button. Because he hasn't raced a vehicle since the Monaco incident with Pascal Wehrlein 2017. I just don't think he's going to have a good race weekend here at the finale in Hockenheim. As far as my dark horse is concerned, I'm going to take Jamie Green as my dark horse for the sprint race. Now for the feature. My driver to win, Rene Rast, the champion. I will pick him. My driver to stay away from. Stay away from Timo Glock, because Hockenheim has not been kind to him. My dark horse for DTM, I am going to take Mike Rockenfeller as my dark horse. So those are my picks for, so that's the picks for the global for me. Now let's get to the NASCAR picks. Give me a sec here, guys. I need to change these predictions because I need to move elimination up to Xfinity. So let me do this. Yeah, we're getting ready to make predictions for for the we're getting ready to make our predictions. Yeah. Yeah, because round 1 it's 3 points plus 12 for the eliminations. Cup we're at 6, so alright, let me get to Great Lakes and we'll get started with his picks. Oh, if you need the entry list, I'm getting ready to put them in the entry list chat, so give me 1 second.
The NASCAR hand. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay, I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to put in the NASCAR chat, but I have to clear everything else off. Yep. Where is it? Oh, okay, thank you for that. I will pin that. NASCAR chat. So here's the entry list for this weekend. Give you guys a minute to strategize on who you think you're going to pick in the chat. Because I'm actually...
I'll listen the
Yeah.
other one because I made a channel about NASCAR prediction.
Alright, you do that. While I do some editing here. Just remember, if one of the playoff drivers win in the elimination race, they move on to the next round, regardless if they are in a must-win situation. Let me also remind you, the 4 drivers that were eliminated in Cup, of course, they will no longer have their green banners, their green splitters, and their green spoiler playoff deal. They will just go back to their regular paint schemes as normal. So, like, let me say, like, Eric Almirola, who was recently eliminated, he'll go back to normal. Same with, Eric Jones will go back to normal, because, like I said, he just recently got eliminated. Trying to see who else. Ryan Newman will go back to his normal scheme. He was recently eliminated. Kurt Busch was recently eliminated. They go back to their normal paint scheme. So those guys, they're going to just go out for pride, try to finish the season out as best as they can. So that's why I always remind you guys to, and also they go back to 1 point. Forgot to mention that. So okay, I need to put elimination down here. Yeah. Yeah, don't ask me why I'm humming. It's weird.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. So, Greg's got the entry list. I'll send him in a DM if you can't seem to see the entry list. Yes, I know Mitchell G's online, PS4. You don't need to ping me. Yeah, my PS4. Dadgummit. Dadgummit, I knew somebody was going to ask me that. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh dang it, you stupid phone. Why are you being a jerk?
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Daryl. Alright.
Oh, my.
Yeah, welcome to Newark, where we have to crown a champion. By the way, I forgot to mention, this Thursday, tune in to NBCSN, because we're going to have the season finale of the Peak NASCAR Antifreeze Series on iRacing on NBCSN. Live coverage will begin at 5 p.m. Eastern with the pre-race show during NASCAR America. So that should be a lot of fun. And then green flag will wave shortly after 5 o'clock. Tune in to see who will be the champion of the Peak Antifreeze Series in 2019. Our very own Bobby Zielinski will be competing for the championship, because he ended up winning at Charlotte Roval in a must-win situation, which he pulled it off to be the champion. So congratulations to him.
Also, be sure to tune in and watch and hockey tomorrow night.
Yeah. Which will begin with... And also NHL Live will be amazing, so... Alright.
I gotta see what Richardson's goal against.
Yeah, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a look at this week's upcoming PCSRA Weekly Show events. Presented by Andy's Frozen Custard. You guys know what next weekend is, boys and girls. Who's ready for Talladega next weekend? So,
Oh, yeah.
yep. First race of the second round for the Truck Series, second race of the second round for Cup, which we'll recap that. We'll also look ahead next week to the greatest race in Australia history. Ladies and gentlemen, the Super Chief Auto Bathurst 1000. Can Craig Lowndes make history? That is the question everybody is wanting to ask. Because Craig Lowndes is 2 wins away from tying the legendary Peter Brock for the most wins at the Bathurst 1000. Because there's only 27 entries for that race. And for the global standings, it is double points. So, you better make sure you play your cards right in that situation, if you know what I mean. We're also going to look ahead to Japan for the FIA Formula One World Championship. We also are going to let me check here. Let me check my somebody pinged. Oh, the entry list. Okay.
Oh, that's for the announcements for everyone who's not in the weekly show.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's the example right there for... Okay, let me see here. Let me go back to my agenda. Yeah, so we will recap Dover and Hockenheim. We'll also have our season finale of... we're actually going to have our IMSA podcast this Monday with Nathan Orman and Zachary Taylor as we look ahead to Road Atlanta for the final race and to wrap up our 50th season of IMSA, so that should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. So that is a look at this week's upcoming PCSRA Weekly Show events presented by Andy's Frozen Custard, and it should be a very good one indeed. Alright. Also, I need to let Greg know, because his little strategy he's been doing lately is backfiring like a chocolate candy bar, is that for driver to win, stay away from, you need to make it difficult, because it's not doing you any favors in the respective. So, alright. Who would like to go first? Who would like to go first? I will let Greg go first on the predictions.
Okay, and which one are we starting with?
It's Xfinity and Cup. That's the only races we have this weekend. The entry lists are in the NASCAR chat, so if you need to see who are the drivers...
Does it matter if I do Xfinity first or
Well, remember, Xfinity, you also need to tell me the 4 driver... Hold on, let me give you the... Oh. I also forgot to mention, before you even think about starting predictions, let me go to Xfinity. No, I want Xfinity. Thank you very much. You stupid phone. I'm trying to tell you what I want you to say. Okay. I need to also do this for Greg, just for his sake. No, I want Discord. You... Okay, who's Brendan Jones? I know Brandon Jones, but who's Brendan Jones? Okay, don't be like Brandon Jones from Kendall, GG.
LOL.
Okay, I'm sending Greg the playoff standings for Xfinity. Now, you notice, the ones in the bracket, like Cole Custer and Christopher Bell, you cannot pick them to be eliminated, okay?
So either
Cole Custer and Christopher Bell, you cannot pick to be eliminated. Everybody else is fair game. So,
Alright.
before I forget.
Thanks for the heads up.
Okay. Anyway, to the predictions. Go ahead, Greg.
Well, for Xfinity, my driver to win, I'm going to go with Michael Annett.
Michael Annett. Wow, that's interesting. Wow, you think Michael Annett will advance? That's interesting. Take a risk.
I'm trying a different strategy.
Yeah, you better make sure your driver stay away from is harder.
For the driver to stay away from, I'm gonna go with let's see here.
I know Xfinity is going to be difficult trying to pick one for stay away from.
I'm gonna go with Justin Haley.
Ooh. I need to get the results from the spring race from Dover, so that way I have it with me. While Greg's thinking about his dark horse.
My dark horse, I'm gonna go with
Okay, here's the,
Austin Cindric. Yeah, I can go up in the front door.
Wait, what?
Wait,
What about the front door?
We're not doing that.
Wait, what are we doing about the front door? Ugh.
We're doing that door thing again, but not.
Oh, Joyland. Now, here comes the best part. Tell me the 4 drivers you think will not move on to the next round.
I'm gonna go with John Nemechek.
John Hunter Nemechek, that's number 1. I'm just going to do Nemechek because it makes it easy.
Yeah.
Second one.
Briscoe.
Oh, you're saying Briscoe's getting eliminated. Looking at the playoff standings, he's only about 35. Yeah, so if Briscoe has a bad day, that would change it up. Number 3.
I don't know how you say this guy's name. It's
Ryan Sieg, that's number 3. Remember, Ryan Sieg comes in a must-win situation, so Sieg, that's 3. And your 4th one?
Jones, Brendan Jones.
Brandon Jones. Alright, now the Cup.
Cup, driver to win, I'm gonna go with, if I want a Cup, not Xfinity entry listed, Derby Grandpa.
Yeah, scroll up.
Okay, there you go. No, I wanted to make it bigger so I could read it.
Yeah, read all the drivers' names.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Joey Logano's driver to win.
Oh, that will not make Great Lakes a happy camper.
And then
Stay away from...
I'm gonna go with Maddow.
Michael McDowell, interesting. Your dark horse.
And my dark horse, I'm gonna go with Keselowski.
Brad Keselowski, wow. Alright, Great Lakes. You're up. Unless you want to put him in the predictions. Okay, that works for me. Alright, so let me give you everybody... Let me tell you who the rest of the group said. For Cody Goforth, he's going to take Christopher Bell as the driver to win. He's going to take... looking at his stay away from... Noah Gragson, he'll say, as the driver to stay away from. That's a good pick for Cody Goforth. And Tyler Reddick as the dark horse. And his 4 drivers he thinks will not make it in the next round. He'll take Justin Haley, Ryan Sieg. Wait, what?
Blank, and then it came back. And someone, what's going on?
What the heck? No. I don't know.
Daytona.
Wait, what?
AKA Marcus.
Oh, Joyland.
What, Daytona?
I don't know. Brandon Jones would be the third driver, is what GoForth said.
I was like, what's going on with my...
And Nemechek would be his fourth.
Give me about Raptor.
Yep. For Cup, he'll say Kyle Busch is the driver to win. Cody GoForth. Clint Boyer's the driver to stay away from. Chase Elliott, the dark horse. For Mr. Nathan Orman, he'll take Tyler Reddick to win. John Hunter Nemechek to stay away from. Christopher Bell is the dark horse. His four drivers to get eliminated will be Haley Sieg, which, let's be honest, Haley and Sieg are in a must-win. He'll take Briscoe and Nemechek to be eliminated. His Cup picks, he'll take Chase Elliott to win. Kyle Larson to stay away from. Brad Keselowski, the dark horse. Ah, gosh dang it. Can't spell Keselowski right. And then for Kyle Langland, he will take Tyler Reddick to win. Stay away from Brandon Jones. Dark horse Cole Custer, since Custer can afford a bad day. His four to be eliminated, Sieg and Haley, which, let's be honest, the chances of Sieg and Haley win would be slim to nothing, but then again, they have to pull something good. Jones to get eliminated, Brandon Jones, and Briscoe. Wow, Briscoe. Then Cup, Kevin Harvick to win. Clint Boyer to stay away from. And then Kyle's dark horse, Chase Elliott.
The roller winner.
Yep. Remember, he won this race last year at Dover. For Ty Dent, he'll take Tyler Reddick to win. Stay away from... Wait, what?
Fuck is my cat?
Oh.
Cheering dance.
Stay away from Cole Custer. That's interesting. Christopher Bell, the dark horse. Ah, wow, everybody wants Christopher Bell to be the dark horse. His four to get eliminated, Sieg and Haley. No, why am I misspelling Sieg? Good job, Voiles. Good job, Voiles. You can't spell Sieg right. Congratulations. Fitzy will smack you. Nemechek, he'll take Nemechek. And he's going for his fourth driver, he's going to pick to be eliminated. Michael Annett. Wow. He's going to take Annett. That's a shocker. Cup, he'll take Kyle Busch to win. Clint Boyer to stay away from. Wow, everybody wants Clint Boyer to be the driver to stay away from. Chase Elliott, the dark horse.
Why is everybody picking Chase Elliott as the dark horse?
Because Chase Elliott runs well at Dover.
Of course he does.
Quentin said he will take... He's going to take Noah Gragson. Wow. That's bold. Stay away from Tyler Reddick. Wow. Of course, he'll take Landon Castle because no duh, he likes Morgan Shepherd. So what do you expect? Four drivers to get eliminated: Haley and Sieg. I think we can all agree Haley and Sieg would be the first two to get eliminated. The last two would be the difficult one. Annette, he'll take Annette to be eliminated. And Brandon Jones. That's interesting. Cup. I gotta fix David's in a second. For Cup for Q-Man, Chase Elliott to win. Brad K to stay away from. That will not make Cody happy. Martin Truex Jr. the dark horse. For David in Xfinity, Christopher Bell to win. Am I surprised about that? Heck no. Stay away. He'll say his stay away from will be Cole Custer. Well, like I said, Cole Custer can afford a bad result. Dark horse, he'll take Tyler Reddick. And his 4 to get eliminated, Haley and Sieg, which I don't think that's a big surprise. Noah Gragson, he's going to say will be eliminated. Wow. Shocker. And Michael Annette. Wow. And then Cup, he will take Chase Elliott to win. Kyle Larson to stay away from. Yep. Kyle Busch as the dark horse. And then for you, Great Lakes, which I think you put in the chat, did you? Up Christmas point for Greg. I just told him Las Vegas. Okay, where's your picks? Wait, where'd you put your picks at?
They just responded to answer the Phoenix's comment.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, did you? Oh, you put them in the predictions, did you? Oh, you're getting ready to make your predictions.
Yeah, because I did the other two.
Alright.
Forgot about it.
Whoopsie. Oh, you forgot your other 2 picks. Okay. So you say for Xfinity you are taking Justin Allgaier to win, Tyler Reddick safe away from, Cole Custer your dark horse. You're taking Sieg and Haley to be eliminated, Brandon Jones and John Henry Mitchell. Then Cup, you said Truex. You're taking Jimmy Johnson? That's interesting. Ryan Newman, dark horse. That's interesting. You took Jimmy Johnson as the driver to stay away from.
I'm taking a high risk.
If that risk works, you're in good shape. Oh my god. That... I don't know, man. Let's see if that pays off. Oh boy. Alright, so now it is my turn for predictions. Okay, looking at the results for the Xfinity Series, back in the spring race. You had Christopher Bell, of course, won, Justin Allgaier. You had some good drivers that had good finishes in the spring race. I am going to take Christopher Bell as the driver to win to sweep Dover. Driver to stay away from, in the spring he really did not show, he didn't do well in the spring race. I just don't see him doing well in the fall race. It could be another race that could be not very good in the nature. And so the driver to stay away from, I'm going to say stay away from Justin Haley. As for my dark horse, I'm going to take Tyler Reddick. My 4 drivers to get eliminated: Haley is 1. I'm going to take Justin, or not Justin, Justin Haley. Ryan Sieg, I don't think he's going to make it in the next round. But then the other two gets difficult. Now, who should I have as my third and fourth drivers to get eliminated? I'm going to say Michael Annette and John Hunter Nemechek. So, Haley, Sieganet, and Nemechek will not make it to the next round. For Cup, driver to win. He's going back-to-back years in a row. Chase Elliott as my driver to win. Stay away from... Okay, I feel like one of the reasons I have to pick this driver is because he's really been struggling at Dover. If there was a driver I'm going to pick to stay away from, I gotta say stay away from Clint Boyer. Dark Horse, Martin Truex Jr. Hi, Cody.
What's up, Cody? Nothing much. And I get to smack you again for making me fall on the floor that didn't have a wet floor sign.
Cody will smack Greg with a wet floor sign. By the way, Cody, he's already gotten more Christmas points. Well, perfect timing to come in, Cody, because I was going to ask if you want to make your... Another Christmas point. That's 3 for you. Oh, that's 4. Okay. Yeah, you can send me your DTM picks in the DM, Cody. I can let you go ahead and do your NASCAR picks.
Okay, hold on. I have to do something else real quick.
Do you need the entry list, Cody? Because I can send it to you in the DM.
DTM, no, I can look it up.
Let me just tell you, before you make your picks, Jensen Button's going to be in the race. Sergio Matassa will be in that race. Ronnie Quintarelli will be in that race. Same with Nick Cassidy and Rio Hirakawa. So
I'll probably need the entry list for DTM. Jeez, I'm crow.
Jeez, I'm crow. Oh my god, you stupid phone. I am about to smack you with a baseball bat with Cody's permission. Okay, there's the entry list for Cup. Yeah, the ones that will have 9 on it, that's the ones you can pick. And I did in your DM, by the way. Cody smacking Army now. Cody smacking Army now.
Okay. So, for the final race of the season, I can go rando on my text because I have a large gap to Taylor at the moment.
27 to be exact in global.
Yeah. So, I'm going to say the driver to win the first round would be Marco Whitman.
Marco Whitman.
Yep, the usual winner for Heat. The driver that you would want to stay away from. Oh boy, you get a lot of random people that could be your driver to stay away from at the same time. Wait a minute, is Fernier Hasberg one of those?
He's running the full schedule, I think.
With nobody else to possibly choose from, I'd say Fernier Hasberg is driver to stay away from, and I might as well pick him as driver to stay away from for both races.
Alright, for both races.
And the dark horse for both races, I'm going to pick Mike Rockenfeller, even though that seems to be a risk.
that would mean who would be your driver to win for the feature?
That would be Rennie Reese.
Yep. Alright. Renee Rest. Let me get Mike Rockenfeller. And now for Dover. You're going to be shocked at how many people pick. Okay, so for Cody's sake, most of us really took Clint Boyer as the driver to stay away from for Cup. Yeah, most of us took Clint Boyer as the driver to stay away from. Some people took Justin Haley. Someone went with Cole Custer. Someone had picked. Greg picked Michael Annette to win. That's a bold pick.
Yeah, let me see.
You're welcome for the entry list in your DM, Cody.
Yeah, I know, but the driver who I think is going to be the winner of the Xfinity race, I might as well go and say, as the usual, Christopher Bell.
Or should we say Xfinity? Because you're the king of Xfinity, okay, Cody?
Driver to stay away from. I pick Ryan Sieg as the driver to stay
Wow. You know what Cody's song is saying?
Oh, no.
Cody's song is, you should have picked him, now he's mine, ha ha ha. That's the song. Which he actually stole that from me, so congratulations.
Okay, then.
You're welcome, Cody.
So, I guess the dark horse for the Xfinity Series race, I'm going to go ahead and I don't know if I'm going to consider taking a risk on this one or not. But my dark horse is probably not going to be that much of a risk because he's already in the next round anyway. I'm going to pick Cole Custer as the dark horse.
Wow. What's funny is that mostly all of us took the big three as driver to win or dark horse. I kind of find that funny. Oh my god. Yeah, everybody, that's just too damn funny. Okay, who's your 4 to be eliminated, Cody?
Well, if you don't pick these two drivers, then you're probably kind of stupid. Justin Haley and Ryan Sieg are the first two out.
Yeah, which mostly everybody picked. Let's get that right. But the last two, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because you have these specific set of scenarios that could happen during the race. And if one scenario happens, it could screw you over on point. Because here's where the standings are at the moment. Once I get to the standings, you're dumping app. There you go.
Cody will smack that app in about 3 seconds. Cody accepted.
Okay, so we know Christopher Bell's in the next round.
Cole Custer in the next round.
Well, despite Reddick and Cendric are like at 57 points ahead, they'll most likely get themselves locked in after stage 1.
Yep.
Justin Allgaier, if he keeps up with the 40 points, he'll be locked in after stage 2.
And then the fun part begins.
If Chase Briscoe, Briscoe with 35 points. I feel like one of the only ways he could get eliminated is if either Annette, Jones, or Nemechek wins and the other two do excellent just to knock Briscoe out. So I think Briscoe's going to the next round, which means 2 spots for 4 drivers. Braxton, Annette, Jones, and Nemechek. Now, taking a look at past performance, the third driver who I'll pick to be eliminated will be John Hunter Nemechek.
Wow, most people
compared to Jones and Annette.
Let me. I think, yeah, mostly everybody picked Nemechek. Now the 4th driver to get eliminated.
That's gonna be hard.
That's the difficult one.
Because it's between Braxton, Annette, and Jones. So here's what could happen for the following. Either Braxton wrecks very early, and he can get himself out by the consistency of Annette and Jones. Annette falls off for some reason, or Jones cannot catch up. You got to think about this scenario. Now I'm going to take a look at spring or summer race real quickly. The Allied Steel Building's 200, and the results for the bubble drivers are as follows. Brandon Jones finished 7th. John Nemechek finished 8th. Michael Annette finished 10th. And Noah Gregson finished 19th. That wouldn't have been enough for him to be eliminated. So I would make him safe. And then the puck goes between who's been more consistent overall. And in my opinion, I think it's been Brandon Jones that's been more consistent than Michael Annette all season. Even though the points don't really prove that, if you subtract the racks that Brandon Jones has been part of, he's been better than Annette. And Annette has his weeks where he's been in the midfield and doesn't gain any stage points. So between Jones and Annette, I feel like Brandon Jones, after being eliminated a handful of times after the first round, I'm thinking for the first time ever, he goes to round of 8.
So that means you pick Michael Annette to be eliminated.
Yes. Because, I mean, Annette, yes, he's made it to round of 8 before, but his consistency is not fair all the time. Like, it's been a little wiggly on my end.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think it will make all the difference in the stage points for Brandon Jones to advance, unless he has a problem.
Exactly. Now, the best part, Cup.
Oh, boy. Okay. Driver to win. This one's hard. This one's very hard. But I'm picking Toyota. That's all I know. I'm very stuck between MTJ and Kyle Busch on this one. Because both of them have gotten plenty of wins there. And with all the other manufacturers not as consistent as these boys, I just don't think they really have it. So the tiebreaker would come down to who really owns Dover overall better. Now, I feel like with Truex's experience, I feel like he can edge out Kyle Busch. So I would pick MTJ as the driver to win.
All right.
Stay away from, that's an interesting option. I'm stuck between a couple people. I'm stuck between Larson, Bowman, Byron, Keselowski. I mean, this one's gonna be a real doozer. But a lot of you guys have picked Clint Bowyer. Now, I can either go with a train or take a risk. Now, for the past few seasons, Larson hasn't performed well in the round of 12. Let's get that straight.
Because, you know, the tracks we're going to, you know, Dover, he's kind of okay. Dega, we know he's going to be a driver to stay away from. Guaranteed.
And Kansas, knowing that he's in a must-win situation, something will always pop up. So, I'm going to pick Kyle Larson as the driver to stay away from.
Ooh, Stapleton will be steaming mad at you for that.
And then whenever Stapleton smacks me, not accepted.
And Cody will actually eject Stapleton for triggerness. Accepted.
That is accepted, Danny. I think I'm going to have to clean my left knee after taking that fall. Dadgummit.
Oof.
Because it's hurting.
Good, then that means you can blame that on Nathan Ormond, Cody.
Ormond accepted.
Dark Horse.
Dark Horse. What's going on?
Cody's blaming Ormond because Cody fell and hurt his left knee. So I have to go give Cody a doctor treatment in his room.
Thank you. Anyway, my dark horse, I wouldn't pick Keselowski because of what happened last year, but basically he got wrecked out because of a move by Eric Almirola that Almirola should not have made. My dark horse, you know, I think I'll be pretty safe picking this guy as a dark horse, Kevin Harvick.
Oh, yippers. Alright, that is our predictions, if you ask me. So now, it is time for you guys to give me your final thoughts. Starting with Cody Smart. Final thoughts.
Troy to the planet. Alright, let me look. God, man, you definitely. Anyway,
Okay, what in the world's going on in the NIRA server?
So, I'm going to say this. For real life racing, I think the Roval was pretty okay. It was kind of exciting, but kind of not at the same time, but it had some good parts about it. So, I appreciate what they have done to make it fun at the Roval, and I think they did a pretty good job, especially with that new chicane in the back, and with the crazy penalties that happened.
Oh, yeah.
I think that caused some unintentional excitement. And I don't know what's going on with Wallace. I feel like he's probably going to get a probation, if anything.
He didn't get penalized.
I just saw that like you said it. NASCAR says there are no penalties for Charlotte weekend, which means no penalty or fine for Bubba Wallace. Yeah. And
Whoa.
they checked it for triggerness.
Okay, this is interesting.
Oh, now what?
Here, let me ping this. Orman, Great Lakes, and where's Cody? No, I want Cody. Oh, gosh dang it. Look at the NIRA NASCAR chat. You're going to flip out.
Release 2020 rules and updates. I hear that they're going to have almost no adjustments compared to
This year's package.
package. Yeah, so almost no changes at all. Which, I mean, for the early part of the season, that was kind of fun. So if they can improve it a little bit, then they can make some better progress.
Yeah.
The only worry I have is how triggered the fans are nowadays, because people said that we've seen old-time NASCAR, but then everyone's getting triggered.
So let me read you a little bit of the deal. Each car number will be allowed a maximum of 12 certified chassis designed as active at any given time. No limit previously. Each vehicle number will be allowed to retain 4 chassis designs as inactive set aside for future use. Organizations will be limited to a total of 150 hours of wind tunnel testing per year. Officials introduced a new at-track roster limits for 2020, reducing the maximum number of road crew from 12 to 10 for race weekends. This is for next year. Teams must compete in a minimum of 8 events with full long block sealed engines and at least 8 events with a short block sealed engine. Previous was 3 long block seals and 13 short. So that's interesting.
Very interesting. I'm to read the article for that when I get. Yeah. So I guess Dover's probably going to be pretty good. I guess we might see a big driver wreck out. Probably Logano, probably Harvick, probably Keselowski. Again.
I wouldn't be.
High up in the points.
Yeah.
Somebody high up in the points, I think, is going to have problems. So I picked Marcus driver to stay away from to be safe.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I picked him as opposed to picking like Kyle Busch or Keselowski or Logano. But otherwise, I feel like another big driver is going to get eliminated after around the 12. But the problem is the usual victim is Keselowski or Hamlin.
Yeah.
Either one of those two are the usual victim. Every year after round the 12, we have at least one heavy contender getting eliminated. So I heavily won't be shocked if that happened. And somebody will slip their way into the round of 8 somehow.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm thinking, right now, if it were to be nobody huge getting eliminated, it'll probably be Larson being one of them. That could be kind of obvious. Bowman, Byron, and Boyer. But in a way, I'm getting suspicious that if somebody like Keselowski happens again, then it would be either a Ryan Blaney or an Alex Bowman or William Byron that sneaks their way into the round of 8. So keep your eye out on that.
Yes.
So that pretty much makes my prediction. Like, I don't know. Like, I kind of thought about having Keselowski as one of my initial 4 to be eliminated after around the 12. But then I'm thinking Larson has worse luck than Keselowski in the round of 12. Brad could possibly win Dayton in advance. So that's why I put Larson at there.
So. Yep.
Brad's my backup.
Oh, yes, sirree. So, all right. My final thoughts. Russia was really pretty decent. I mean, this race weekend is pretty good. I really expect, going into next weekend, we expect some good things going into Dover. It should be a good race. Dover is always a place where fuel mileage could be a big factor, and that's what I think will be the case. So, I'll start a call in a second, Cody, after I wrap up. So, that's basically it. So, I want to thank Cody Smart, Great Lakes, Cody Smart, Great Lakes, and other people for joining me on the PCSRA Weekly Show. Our statistician, Caleb Hobbs, producer and engineer, Zachary Fitzwater, Jackie Tang, and Alex Hawkins, and Greg Rutz, running the show for us back in our PCSRA Network studios. The Oklahoma Highway Safety Office is a proud partner of the PCSRA Weekly Show, and we remind all of our friends that together we can end DUI. Visit enduyok.com for more details. Final score, one final time, on Saturday in Norman, Oklahoma at Owen Field. It was Sooners 55 and the Texas Tech Red Raiders 16. Until next week, when we recap Dover, Hockenheim, take you through our news and notes in today's NR Report, take you through the breaking news stories between now and then, looking to the rest of the amazingness of amazingness, and we look ahead to Bathurst, the Super Chief Auto Bathurst 1000, the Japanese Grand Prix for F1, IMSA season finale, which will be on the IMSA podcast, and Talladega Super Speedway. This is Daniel Fools, the Blue Hedgehog, saying Sooners win. And Boomer Sooner, everybody.
This PCSRA Weekly Show broadcast has been brought to you by Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Stores. For over 51 years, it's the proud sponsor of the PCSRA Weekly Show. The PCSRA Weekly Show was also brought to you by Budweiser, Love's Travel Stops, iHeartMedia, The Oklahoman, Newcastle Casino, Devon Energy, Sonic, and by the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office, where together we can end DUI. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the PCSRA Sports Network. Copyright 2019 by the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association.